Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Vexelite, and today I'm bringing you another prediction video, and I'm with my good friend Ash Nova. He has his own YouTube channel, unlike the other people I did predictions with. So I will leave his description down in the link below. Be sure to subscribe to him. Yeah, say what's up.
All right, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, so I think we're both going to be making prediction videos, and so there's a match I didn't even know was a thing. The Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan versus The Miz and The Miztourage. I didn't even know this was a thing.
That was confirmed either yesterday or the day before.
Well, either way, how it works, I know you've probably watched a few of my prediction videos, but it's going to go you first, and who do you think is going to win and why. So who do you got and why in this match?
All right, so we're starting with the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
All right, so it's the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan versus the Miz and the Miztourage. This match is, in the way I'm looking at it, they're obviously trying to push Jason Jordan to the moon.
Right.
And the Hardy Boys aren't going to eat a loss at SummerSlam, especially to the Miz, because the Miz can take a loss and still look good. The Hardy Boys have been losing so much lately; they sort of need this. So I'm good. Like, that's my reasoning. I'm going with the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan.
Okay. Who stood tall on Raw?
Oh, Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan.
Okay. This one's tough then, because it would make more sense for the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan to win. And I'm surprised they didn't have an Intercontinental Championship match between Jason Jordan and The Miz.
Yeah,
But,
the Miz actually posted something on Instagram saying that blaming Kurt Angle for not wanting the IC title to be prestigious or something, and then he teased the broken gimmick by saying, "We're gonna destroy your son and we're gonna leave the Hardys broken."
he should have stayed on SmackDown, honestly. But I don't know. Hardys, because, yeah, they do need to win, and so does Jason Jordan. Basically, The Miz and his whole team, it won't be too bad if they lose, but it will be worse if the other team loses. But they stood tall. So I
Yeah.
think I'm just going to go with the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan, because the faces usually 99% of the time win on the pre-show anyway, except that one exception where Aiden English won. So
Yeah.
that brings us to Akira Tozawa versus Neville, also a kickoff match. I feel like the Cruiserweights will never ever be on the main show. They can't make it there. But who do you have and why?
This one's actually probably one of the toughest ones on the card,
Right.
because they could literally go either way.
Yeah.
I'm looking as Akira Tozawa retains. I don't see Neville taking the title on the kickoff show.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a title change on the kickoff show either. And I don't think, why would they give it to him on Monday Night Raw just so he could win it back on the SummerSlam kickoff show? Doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know what they're going to do with Neville after this, but I do think Akira Tozawa is going to win. And I believe now we are off of the pre-show.
No, there's one more. The
No.
New Day versus the Usos.
Where the hell is that? I don't know. I don't see that one. But, okay. New Day versus the Usos. Why is that not at the bottom? It's literally halfway through the WWE.com. Either way.
Yep.
Who do you got on that one and why?
I think that one's probably one of the toughest ones too, because I'm gonna say the New Day retains. I don't have a reason. I just think it's just gonna be the New Day.
Yeah, I also say the New Day because, I mean, they're the New Day, and pre-show, title change, faces, all the stars aligned for them to win. And they really, booking / Vince really likes the New Day, so I don't think they'd make them lose at SummerSlam. So, now we go to the main card. The Demon Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Who do you got and why?
Finn Balor, it's the Demon. They're not gonna have the Demon lose on his second appearance on the main roster.
Yeah, and
It's like
especially,
destiny. Yeah, it's destiny for Finn Balor to win.
especially because Bray Wyatt won on Raw.
Yeah.
Even though I watch prediction videos, I watch other people's prediction videos to get like some inspiration for this too, and I've seen a few people pick what's his name, Bray Wyatt, for some reason. I don't know why, but some people think that he's gonna win because this is gonna turn into like a 4 or 5 month feud, so that Bray Wyatt picks up another win, so and Finn keeps going in the feud. I don't see this happening. I don't even see this being a long-term feud. So I'm gonna obviously say Finn Balor. If Bray Wyatt didn't have a match with him on Raw and lose, I feel like it would be a little more of a toss-up. But because of all that, I'm going to have to say Finn Balor. And up next, we have Big Show versus Big Cass. You know the stipulation, and I'm pretty sure I know who you're going to pick, but go ahead.
I'm saying Big Cass wins.
Yeah, obviously.
My reasoning, I've actually got this in like, the only reason I'm saying this is because I got off of Instagram and I like the idea. I know I'm almost certain it's not gonna happen, but I like the idea of Enzo Amore tossing something down to Big Cass. helping Big Cass defeat Big Show, and then Enzo and Big Cass are a heel tag team now.
I see that, but like, I don't would they cheer Big Cass again, or would they continue to
I don't
boo?
know. Maybe it's gonna be like one of those things where Enzo's the manager, since Big Cass literally cannot talk.
Yeah, he can't. He tried doing the whole Roman Reigns things after WrestleMania with the whole at SummerSlam and keep like cutting himself off. You know what I mean? That was kind of stupid. This one is one I don't care about, but it's still unpredictable. Randy Orton versus Rusev, and apparently Rusev asked for his release today.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Damn. Then
Randy Orton would have to win, in my opinion. But still, I have no idea.
I'm gonna say depends if he's gonna get his. Do you think it's gonna be granted?
Probably, because I don't think they have plans with him. I don't think.
And that means Lana's probably gonna be leaving too.
You think so?
Well, I mean, then again, I don't think anyone really cares about Lana.
No, people do. I think.
All right, I'm gonna say Randy. Before you told me that, I was gonna pick Rusev, but
See, so you're gonna pick Randy. Randy Orton just came off of a feud where he lost 3 times in a row on pay-per-view, I believe, and then got 1 win on SmackDown. Randy Orton has a tendency of losing at SummerSlam. He lost last year, and then he lost it the year before that. And then, which SummerSlam did he cash in? 2013?
yeah, 2013.
Yeah, so he lost at 2014, won his cash-in at 2013. I believe he lost his match in 2013, not the cash-in match, like his match. 2012, I think he also lost, and in 2011, he beat Christian, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know. I may have that like messed up. But then again, it's Rusev. This one's tough because everyone.
If you didn't tell me that, I would have said Rusev all the way.
I've seen a lot of people pick Rusev, because this loss wouldn't hurt Randy Orton at all. But if Rusev's leaving, why would they give him a win? And I don't want to keep getting the same predictions either, so I want to kind of pick Rusev. Before I saw the entire Rusev, I was still at a toss-up because it's Randy Orton. He's a big name. He needs to get more momentum, I guess you could say, more build-up since the Jinder Mahal feud. And I don't know if they're going to put Rusev over Randy Orton, so screw it. I'm just going to say Randy Orton. This one was tough.
Is my decision locked in already?
Yeah. Once you say it. And
Damn.
Why, are you going to change to Rusev?
I was going to just go for broke and say Rusev, but never mind.
Oh, okay. Should you go to Rusev? You think that should happen?
If I'm allowed to, then yeah, because I really want to choose Rusev.
You know what? Screw it. Let's go for it. Say you could go to Rusev only because I said screw it. You know, usually that's against the rules.
All right.
Naomi versus Natalya. Who do you have and why? And do you think there's going to be a cash-in?
I'm gonna say Natalya's gonna win.
Okay.
But then Carmella's gonna cash in.
Okay, and the cash-in prediction doesn't count. It's just to see if you think.
All right, yeah. I think Carmella's gonna cash in on Natalya after Natalya wins because I think WWE themselves realize Naomi is like ruining that championship.
Mm-hmm. Although my prediction is Naomi wins and no cash-in. That's my prediction. I don't see Natalya winning. And if Carmella cashes in, I think it will just be on Naomi, not after Natalya wins it. Because you can't have heel on heel. Well, you can, but you can't.
I don't know. I could definitely see Carmella cashing in on Natalya and then having like a 3-way feud between Naomi, Natalya, and Carmella.
Yeah, so finally one we disagreed on. And then Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. I want to hear what you think about this match. Who's going to win? Why? Go.
I'm saying Sasha Banks is going to win only because a while back, I'm not sure if it's still true to this day, but a while back apparently Alexa Bliss had a lot of backstage heat for how snobby she was backstage, saying that basically acting like she was the queen of the locker room, telling everyone that she deserves everything, yada yada yada. WWE did not like that apparently, and they were already going to drop it to Bayley. And now that Bayley's injured, I believe Sasha Banks is just going to take it because she's next in line. And I think Sasha Banks is a bigger name than Bayley.
Well, yeah, she's obviously a bigger name than Bayley, but I do think Alexa Bliss is going to win for 2 reasons, because I never pick against Alexa Bliss, and for the second one, I genuinely don't think Sasha Banks was going to win. If Bayley was going to be in this match, I think Bayley would have won, but I still would have picked Alexa, but I don't see Sasha winning, because the only reason they were going to have Bayley win is so they can revitalize her from the earlier feud they have this year, and then they can do the Sasha and Bayley storyline. I don't know if they can do the Sasha and Bayley storyline anymore because people would be booing Bayley and cheering Sasha even if Sasha was the heel. So I don't know if you can really do that storyline as well. It still wouldn't be as good if they were both faces, so I don't know how they're going to do that on the main roster. But anyway, up next we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Who do you got and why?
I'm saying the partial Shield are gonna take the titles because it's just gonna be like a feel-good moment, especially if Brock Lesnar retains the main event. They need something to like fall back on.
But to the casual fans, that is a feel-good moment.
All right, that is true, but either way. I'm saying Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to also pick that. A bunch of people are saying, this one is stupid if this actually does happen. They lose and Dean turns heel immediately. That would suck in my opinion.
That's what everyone's saying is going to happen.
I
do
really
not want
hope.
to see that
Yeah,
right now.
me neither. It's too soon. It would feel too rushed. It wouldn't be good. So I want and predict Dean and Seth are going to win.
Yeah.
And now we have the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon as a special guest referee. Who you got, why, and what do you think Shane McMahon's going to do in this match?
I don't know what Shane McMahon's going to do. I don't think it's going to be a screw job like everyone's saying.
It would be too boring if it wasn't, though, don't you think?
I don't know. I'm going with AJ Styles. I don't see Kevin Owens taking it back because apparently they want to do the Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon feud.
Yeah.
So maybe Shane screws over Owens, but then wouldn't that make Shane a heel?
Here's my exact prediction. I think two things can happen. Both of them end with AJ Styles winning. So my prediction is AJ Styles wins. One outcome is, let's say, Kevin Owens' foot's on the rope and he doesn't see it, something like that. Let's say Shane McMahon gets bumped down or knocked down. Kevin Owens low blows AJ Styles. Pop-up powerbomb, like synchronized perfectly in time that Shane McMahon gets up as soon as he hits the ground from the pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens, quote-unquote, wins. Then Shane McMahon asks to see a replay. They replay it. He sees the low blow. Restarts the match. Kevin Owens never won the championship. Then AJ Styles wins, and then that's why Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon are going to feud. And I personally think it's going to be Team Kevin versus Team Shane at Survivor Series, and they're finally going to bring back the teams instead of basically bragging rights. That's an in-depth prediction, but, you know, it could happen. You never know. Either way, I got AJ Styles.
So you're going with AJ Styles?
Yeah, I'm going with AJ Styles. This one also very tough. John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Who you got and why?
All right, the main reason, I'm saying Baron Corbin, and the main reason is because John Cena is still serving his sentence to the Nexus.
Okay.
You know that whole thing, right?
I know. Yeah, I know.
For anyone that doesn't know, basically John Cena basically destroyed the Nexus. He buried them to hell, and ever since then he's been losing every SummerSlam match to make up to it. And this year would be the last time he'd have to lose to make up to the Nexus. And I just don't see him winning against Baron Corbin because Baron Corbin has a reason to literally demolish Cena now.
Yeah. And I've been, you know how I said earlier in this video, I watch other people's prediction videos, and not one person I've watched has mentioned the whole Cena losing streak at SummerSlam. Not one person. Everyone has skipped over it. I can't see Cena winning because the reason Baron Corbin lost his cash in is because, like, basically he's a dick on Twitter. There's been multiple times.
I do not believe that they literally made him lose his money in the bank just because of being a dick.
I do.
On Twitter, out of all things.
It's not that. It's not that he's just doing it on Twitter. It's like the people he goes to. Apparently, he told Mojo Rawley to kill himself, and then, like, I don't know. That's just a rumor. I've never even heard of that until, like, today. Another thing is he, like, told Dave Meltzer off, and apparently that's a no. You can't do that. He's untouchable. And then one time he was calling this fan a loser, and he was actually a guy in the military, and then he had a picture when Vince McMahon went to his troop or whatever, and he took a picture of him, and he was like, your boss doesn't think to seem I'm a loser or whatever. He goes, I'm sorry, I disagree with your opinion, but you're a good person. I don't know. He's just, like, terrible at trash talking to begin with. So I personally can see John Cena going over Baron Corbin for that reason, because Cena has more power than Vince McMahon backstage, because there's been times where, like, Cena has changed the outcomes of matches just because he felt that way or something. He has a lot of power, and if Cena doesn't...
Do you think John Cena would literally want to bury Baron Corbin?
I feel like he doesn't respect Baron Corbin, honestly. I feel like he doesn't like him. This one's tough. with the whole SummerSlam losing thing, I'd have to go with Baron Corbin. But then again,
Do you think this is a question I just want to know? Anyone at watching this, you can comment below too. Do you think Corbin, like when he says that stuff on Twitter, do you think he's being serious, or do you think he's trying to play his heel character, but he's going too far with the character?
I think he's just playing a character, and then people take it out of context.
That's what I think too. I don't think he's actually that horrible of a person.
I think he's the savior of kayfabe, and no one realizes it. Every other person that's in WWE on Twitter like doesn't stay in kayfabe at all, except like Roman Reigns. He's always tweeting about him being the big dog, and it's his yard. But this match is pretty hard to predict. I want to differ because it's always more exciting when we differ on predictions, but I have to say Baron Corbin. John Cena, between the two, quote unquote, stood tall on the Go Home show, technically, because he made him cash in. So screw it. I'm just gonna say Baron Corbin. Next, we have Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus WWE for the WWE Championship. Who do you got? Who do you and why? And who do you think should win? Who do you want to win? I mean,
I think Shinsuke's gonna win because Shinsuke's untouchable on the main roster. Like,
Right.
has he had a loss yet?
I don't think so.
They're basically making him look immortal. I mean, who's the only people that have pinned him were Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode, right?
Yeah.
All right, so do you really think they're gonna have Jinder Mahal pin Shinsuke?
They had Jinder Mahal pin him Randy Orton 3 times. You expect
All right, but
that?
Then again, I forgot about the what are they, the Sahir brothers or whatever?
Singh
I don't
brothers.
even. Oh, the Singh bro, whatever, same thing.
And the Great Khali.
Yeah, but Great Khali's not going to SummerSlam. Don't even say that.
I wish.
All right, yeah, I'm saying, I don't know. I think Shinsuke's gonna win. I don't think that they're gonna have Nakamura lose to Jinder Mahal, even if it was by distraction. I think Nakamura. There's no way they would have Jinder beat Nakamura. I want Jinder to win.
Of course.
Just because I don't want, because Shinsuke's being overpushed. He's being pushed worse than Roman Reigns, and no one realizes it.
Well, yeah, because people like Shinsuke.
And that's not even a fair thing to do, because I think Roman worked harder than Shinsuke did.
I think Shinsuke has way more skill than Roman.
He may have more skill, but he's also almost murdered how many people already since joining WWE.
Well, you know that doesn't count in NJPW. They want you to do that, so.
All right, yeah, but all right, in WWE he basically almost killed Austin Aries. He almost broke Cena's neck.
Well, yeah. Vince McMahon is pissed about that. I'm gonna say they don't care about Austin Aries, but.
Yeah, they were pissed about him hurting Cena. But I'm either way. I'm saying Shinsuke wins. I want Jinder to win. I actually want to ask you a question before you make your predictions. If Baron Corbin still had his briefcase, do you think there would have been a cash-in?
Yeah, I do think there would have been.
All right, you can go with your prediction.
And I do think that Shinsuke is going to win. I think that Vince McMahon. I don't know. I think Jinder may win because they're doing WWE live events in India in September and October, and if they had Jinder as champion, that would help. But then again, like Simon from What Culture, he brought up a good point. It's just like just because he's British doesn't mean he only likes the British people. Like the Indian.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, like Indian people obviously like other people such as Roman Reigns.
I mean, look at us. There's how many American wrestlers, and we hate them.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, so I think Shinsuke is going to win. And then the match I still haven't made my mind up on.
Neither have I.
Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. Who do you got? Why? And who do you want to win?
This is probably the hardest match on the card.
This is the hardest match of the year, to be completely honest. Before you say anything, I want to say one thing. People are like, "Oh my God, the Barclays Center spoiled this." I don't think that spoiled it at all, to be honest.
Neither do I. I saw that too. Brock Lesnar's going to be on Monday Night Raw. One, he could just be saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Two, he could just be having an appearance just for the hell of it. Like, just show up and just destroy people and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
He could ask for his rematch.
Yeah, exactly. All right, before you go on, I want to make a point. So
no one's gotten their rematch?
No, not that. Brock Lesnar said if he's going to lose, if he loses, well, he didn't say, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he's just going to leave WWE. Brock Lesnar, the guy in WWE who's untouchable, who destroys everyone, gets away with it, loses the thing that means the most to him, the Universal Championship, and he's just going to leave, not even try to get revenge. What I personally think is going to happen is I think Brock is going to come out there, take the mic away from Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman is going to be like, we said we're leaving, and then I think the new Universal Champion will be in the ring, whoever that is. I don't know at this point still. And then Brock Lesnar is going to be like, I want my I don't know what he's going to say exactly. I want my rematch. I'm not done. I'm going to like beat the shit out of you because he gets the curse. And then just literally annihilate the Universal Champion and then say he's getting his match back and not really leaving because he has a contract. He can't.
Doesn't his contract end after WrestleMania?
34, yeah.
All right, so I actually have like sort of like an in-depth of like sort of prediction for it. Sort of goes into what you were just talking about, how you just predicted that he would. Either way, I'm gonna just say this right now. As of right now, I want. Well, Braun Strowman's the wild card, right?
What does that mean?
He's definitely like the one that's like thrown in there that like doesn't make them like he's like the least one like he
least likely to win.
No, not least likely to win. The least amount of sense for him to win. Like he has the least amount of sense to win.
So,
Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar, you'd see them as champion before Braun Strowman.
I guess I understand what you're saying.
But anyway, right now, as of right now, I want Roman to win, just because you know what I want him to win for, but
the Shield.
Oh right? Yeah, and that's what everyone is saying. Literally everyone on Instagram is saying it. That's what I don't. The one problem with that, I don't think they're going to reunite the Shield after, was it 3 years? It's only been 3 years, right?
And Roman is too big for it, to be honest.
No, I could see them still reuniting, even if Roman's bigger.
I don't know.
I mean, Dean, Seth, and Roman are basically on the same stage. Maybe not Dean. Maybe not Dean anymore.
Or Seth.
I think Seth is still on the same stage as Roman.
Yeah, like, as in popularity, but, like, not as in kayfabe and feuds and matches.
I want Roman to win. I think Joe is gonna win.
Okay.
I don't know who Joe's gonna choke out. It would be so cool if he choked out Lesnar, but you know that will never happen.
It has to be Braun Strowman. No, it could be some Roman Reigns. It could be Roman Reigns.
You know that it's only a fatal 4-way, so Brock doesn't get pinned.
Yeah, they could have just made it a triple threat between Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at it right now is so my prediction is Joe's gonna win. Then the next night on Raw, Brock's gonna come out with Paul Heyman, yada yada yada. Paul Heyman's gonna try to talk, saying we're leaving, yada yada yada. Lesnar takes the mic, as you said, says I want my rematch to Joe, and then Paul Heyman tries to take the mic from him. Brock gets pissed, and I would love to. This is like my dream prediction. It's not
I know what
gonna
you're
happen.
gonna say. Yeah.
I want Brock to turn on Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
So Heyman can get a new Heyman guy. Yeah. Because I think everyone's sick and tired of Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar. It's been played out since early 2014, or maybe late 2013.
Imagine Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
That is something that would actually make sense because
they don't. As a heel, that would be awesome.
Yeah. But
and then imagine, I don't know, would Roman get cheered or booed as a heel?
He'd probably get cheered.
You think so?
And then they would try turning him back to babyface, and he'd get booed again.
Imagine this. So imagine that all happens, and then Paul Heyman goes with Roman Reigns, and then everyone starts cheering him. So let's say somehow Roman Reigns is Universal Champion, Dean and Seth are the tag team champions. They're all three in the ring together. Dean and Seth have to fist out together, and then Roman just spears everyone, and then like takes a chair out on him. And imagine how much heel heat he'd have. That would be actually amazing.
Yeah, there was actually this is totally random. I'm sorry for cutting off your prediction because I know you want to make yours, but I think you're still thinking.
Oh, I am.
So actually, I wanted to bring up something. This is just like completely random. This would have been really cool for the tag team match, the Raw tag team match. So it's Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I should have said this while we were talking about that match specifically. Yeah. But basically, Dean and Seth are supposed to like be on top. Dean Ambrose would hit a Dirty Deeds on Cesaro, I guess, and then Seth and Sheamus would be down 1, 2, and then the ref would stop because this is like what everyone was saying. Tyson Kidd's music would hit, and then he'd run down and try to screw over Rollins and Ambrose. For since do you know about Tyson Kidd and Cesaro being a tag team?
Yeah,
that whole thing. and then him trying to help Cesaro, and then Roman comes out and spears Tyson Kidd, and then Shield reunion in the tag team match.
Dear God.
That would actually be one of the worst ways to ever reunite the Shield.
Mm.
All right, so what's your prediction? Mine was I want Roman. I think Joe.
It's not going to be Roman or Braun Strowman, is it?
I don't think so.
I can't ever see Braun Strowman being. I think he'd be better as non-champion than he would as champion.
I could see him as champion, just not right now.
No, he's definitely ready. I just don't see him as a champion type because, you know, his deal is just running out whenever, doing whatever, and doing a lot. As champion, you know, he's like set at the top. He can't really. It wouldn't make sense for the Universal Champion just to randomly start fights with people. You know what I mean? That doesn't quite make sense to me. So I don't think he would win. And I don't know why. Like any other time, I would never bet against Roman Reigns. It's just I don't understand. I don't even know why. I just don't see him winning. I just really don't. Because maybe it's too played out, it's too obvious, but then again, he did beat Undertaker, and like, I don't know. So I think it's down to Samoa Joe or Brock Lesnar, and I think that this is like could be such a big mark out moment, and I think everyone has got their heads spinning, thinking all the cool possibilities that could come from this, and then people forgot what company this is, and that it's WWE, and that nothing cool will happen, and Brock Lesnar is going to retain. So that's my prediction.
You're saying Brock is going to retain?
Yeah. I really think he's going to.
Who do you want to win?
I would want Roman to win if it meant something. If he, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, there's times where I just think, I hate Roman Reigns. Well, I don't hate him, but I dislike Roman Reigns, but I don't really know why. And I was trying to think, what would make him better? I guess.
At this point, right now, what could turn him heel? Like, in this stage of his career, the only thing turning him heel that could turn him heel is if he turned on Ambrose and Rollins.
Exactly.
That's the only way to turn him heel.
So I would like Roman if he turned heel, turned into like a complete badass, pretty much like he was against Triple H, and was a Paul Heyman guy. If he
Yeah, but he
was,
still got booed when he was against Triple H, and it made no sense. He was back to doing what everyone wanted him to do.
well, yeah,
and
because
he
people
still
love
got
Triple
booed.
H.
They
I can't
didn't
really.
love him in the Rollins feud.
True. Well, yeah, because they love Rollins more. Off topic, Dean Ambrose versus Triple H. That was a good feud. I really like that. The Royal Rumble and then Fastlane or Roadblock. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Roadblock.
And I don't know how Samoa Joe as a champion would be. I didn't watch him in NXT. I don't watch NXT in general. I don't want Lesnar to win, and I don't want Braun Strowman to win. I think Braun doesn't need to be the champion, so I guess I'd have to go with either Roman or Samoa Joe to win. Roman on that specific case, which probably won't happen, so I guess that leads me down to Samoa Joe as well. Brock Lesnar is the one I want to win the least, then probably Strowman, then probably Reigns on the condition, and then Joe.
So you're saying you think Lesnar, you want Joe the most?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole card of SummerSlam.
Yep, that was it. And this also marks, for my channel, at least I know, not yours, 1 year of predictions. This has been 1 year of predictions. I started at SummerSlam 2016, and now here we are at 2017. Let's hope I get all the predictions right as like a 1 year anniversary. That'd be awesome. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Ash Nova in the description. Subscribe to him. And yeah, that's it. You want to say anything?
No, other than, guys, like, from my channel, go subscribe to Vexley. He's really close to 1,000, and it would mean a lot to me, and obviously it would mean a lot to him if you could get him to 1,000. Obviously, it's not good. It's gonna take a little bit, but, man, I believe you're gonna get to 1,000 before our school year starts.
Oh, man, that's a bold prediction. Alright. Either way, I'll see you guys later.